This is a word recognition lesson. This lesson has been inspired from our book, Assessment for Reading Instruction by Michael McKenna and Stephen Stahl. This lesson activity was read on page 129. It's an activity called 3 Strikes and You're Out. In this scenario, you want to be out. Being out is the goal. So this is a word recognition activity again. And what you would do is try to choose one of your 2 approaches. One approach is to choose words that are grade level appropriate words, and all students will have the same words. Another approach is more relatable to the Common Core state standards and more relatable to a lot of theories that we tend to use in our classrooms today. This would be more individualized and differentiated. So in order to do that type of approach, each student or perhaps group of students, maybe by guided reading level, might have different words. A way that you could determine which words students will have is perhaps by using the Frye Sight Word Inventory, which can be found on the book, starting on page 131. So you would have the student read certain sight words that are grade level appropriate words and mark words incorrect that students are unable to read. Those incorrect words are the words that are going to be used for this activity. So, for example, the second 100 words on page 133 has many words including turn, house, point, page, mother, answer, because, animal, etc. The list goes on. So let's say a couple of the words that one student missed are because and animal. You could write these words. Now, your students will probably have more than 2 words. It may be a lot, it may be around 10 or so. You would write those words that they seem to have trouble with on index cards, or have them do that. And they can use their time that they have in the classroom to practice the words that they have trouble with. This could be center time or individual time, or perhaps when you're meeting with a guided reading group that's not their group, this is something that they could do. Now, the 3 strikes and you're out rule comes into play when they are able to successfully read a word 3 different times, and they are able to put that word out of their mind. They don't have to try to practice it anymore for a while because they have essentially mastered it for the time being. So to spice it up and make it a little bit more exciting for students, they can work with partners. So perhaps I'm with a partner who knows what this word is. Maybe it's a higher level reader, somebody who knows what this word is. They're going to test me on my word. And that might be the person who says, yes, you have said this word 3 times. Now you can retire the word. When you retire the word and the word is out, you can use something like this. This is a jar, just a jar of retired words. So the student could decorate this jar, they could color it, make it their own. So this always makes things a little bit exciting for kids. And once I've retired my word, I can put it in my jar of words, and I'm going to want to see those words build up until it gets really full of all these words that now I know, now I've learned. Okay? A different way that you could do it, instead of a jar, if you wanted to do this for a lot of students in your class, is you could get a stack of envelopes. And you could have your students decorate an envelope any way that they would like to decorate their envelope. And then maybe you could have this in their guided reading folder. You could even kind of put a little maybe Velcro and have it attached to their desk so they could do this in their free time if they have any. And once they practice the word again 3 times correctly, they can put it in here. And now the word is retired and they understand it. Once your students have filled up their entire envelope or jar of words, then they are able to be tested again by you whenever you see appropriate. So you would use the same thing that you've used before. Maybe, like we said, it was the Frye Sight Word Inventory, or perhaps a different list of grade level appropriate words. Or if you would like to, you could just take the words right out of their envelopes and make sure you have some sort of documentation for this. And just hold it up and see if your student can say it quickly without sounding out the word. These are sight words, remember. And then you can assess whether or not their word recognition skills have improved. So that was our lesson. Again, it's called 3 Strikes and You're Out. It is on page 129 of our textbook. Hope you enjoyed.